Welcome in. Good morning to the studio at Two Girls Treasure. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. We appreciate seeing everybody. The studio at Two Girls Treasure is at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. You know what? We're a half mile off I 95 that way. So if you're traveling north to south, please stop in. Come see all of the goodness that's happening in the studio. Not only are we working on, pardon me, our pop art series, but the girls are working on a series of blanket ladders. Well, because even though it's going to be in the high 80s today, that temperature is going to change and it'll change before we know it. Blanket ladders in the summer, you need them because you need a light little blanket to snuggle down in the cool evenings, make it more comfortable to fall asleep on the couch. But we are loud and proudly working on our pop art series. I'm so excited to bring you the boom stripes. There we go. The boom stripes. What are those? Well, those are the stripes that come off the big boom and the pow and the biff in all of the pop art comics. And we love those. So let's get to it. Coffee, because we definitely need coffee for this. I have some more Rethunk Junk Paint colors on the table because we're going to doll this up with some awesome bright color. I'm going to tip the top of the table here, and then today I'll tip you down in so you can see all the goodness. Now, I don't know if you can see the stripes simply because I lightly penciled them in so that we had exactly what we needed. I also was trying to figure out how I could best line these because they all have to be outlined in black. So I took one of my little squeezy bottles. We'll practice with this, and then after we get the colors in here, we will outline everything with our midnight because, yeah, it needs to be outlined. I'm not sure how much tape we're going to use, but we're going to start with it anyway so that we can contain our colors where we want them to be. And it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So let's stripe a little bit. We'll see what we can do. If we don't need the tape, that's one more step, one less waste that we won't have to do. What you got, baby? Boom! They have robin's egged. That's funny. Y'all egged something. They have done a robin's egg blanket ladder, and it looks fantastic. All right, we're going to start with one of my favorite pinks. Of course, I love all of our pinks, but we're going to knock this stripe out. We're going to start with our flamingo, and we'll just doll some stripes out this way. It's going to obviously take more than one coat, and I'll go close to the edge and then over the tape. Yeah, I can be a messy painter sometimes, so we probably definitely need tape. We don't want to. It took me a little while to get those stripes in there and get them right. We don't want to mess them up. But I'm going to go ahead and put some more paint on this now that I've got the edges done. And we'll let that dry in. Little piece of, nope, that's in the finish. No trash, just the finish. This is going to be great. All right. That's our pink. Let's go. Let's tape. I know I'm going to need the tape, so let's get it. Let's get it in there. The problem is going to be we'll have to go every other one because we can't go every single one or we'll have tape where our paint is. Let's see. We do need to pull the tape and we can lay it back down. We'll have pink on this. Let's lay that to the side. We'll let the pink dry. We'll figure this out. Not a big deal. We're going to let that one live. We'll tape right here. And I think that will go over the edge just a little bit. It's okay. We honestly don't have to paint every stripe in order. So if you're doing stripes, do them in whatever order makes you happy. Tape here. And tape here. All work has stopped because the taping has commenced. There we go. And we probably want to get, let's see. I'm going to take the razor blade and cut a sharp edge with the tape so that we can tape off. Dun, dun, dun. Need a little bit sharper edge. We want to tape off the boom star, right? So we don't want to paint over this. This needs to stay marigold. And that's how we'll do it right there. Tape is our friend when we're painting. Tape is not our friend when it folds over against itself. You know, it's just not. So peel that. There we go. Got that tip edge back out. All right, let's roll. Let's roll into some green. I got this bright green mix out because I kind of like it. I don't know if this is the brightest green that I want on here. Oh, I think that looks good though. I don't know. I think this is a little bit too blue-green. Although it does have that vintage turquoise finish to it, so maybe we'll keep it. Once it dries, we'll look at it again. If that's not the color we love, then we'll just paint over it with another color. I do have a brighter, springish colored green that I think would look fabulous. This kind of looks vintage turquoise though. Kind of like that vibe. It looks like it could go on a 57 Chevy. Anybody know what kind of car Clark Kent drove? No? Hmm? Did he drive a truck? Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't think he drove a bus. Don't let the pigeon drive the bus. All right. And I love a stripe job. I really do. I want blue on this, and I don't want I don't want bluebird necessarily. What other blue? Oh, you got the hydrangea kiss right there. Let me look for just a second. We want a different blue. Let's see. I don't want something that competes with that green. I want a blue, but not farmhouse. Yeah, I'm thinking robin's egg. Can I borrow your robin's egg? Is that going to work with this? Is that going to be rich enough blue? It's not what I want. I want that farmhouse. Let me get it. Let me get the farmhouse. I think that's what we need. All right. If you're done, go ahead and prop your pieces and grab another. Okay. Waiting. See, yeah, that dark blue, because we'll put the white polka dots over this. It is Paint Therapy Thursday, y'all. So we are in the studio painting away on our pop art project. If you're joining us, thank you. I've got the camera turned so you can see all the stripes as we go, which means that I cannot see you come in. So thank you for being here to watch. And thanks for being here with us all week. This has been a really fun project. A little bit different for us, just a little bit different. And I don't mind. It has it's been a lot of fun to do this project. I love the old comics. I know I'm not supposed to say that word, but I don't care. I like the old comics. And I like what you can do to recreate old furniture in just about any style. There's really no solid rule here. Just do what makes you happy, and it so happens that right now doing this makes me happy. I like it. It has made a better use out of this dressing table. Now it can be used for a desk, right? And it couldn't be used at all before because it was coming apart. So we're putting it back together. We're giving it a new life, a new look, totally new identity. And that's what refinishing furniture is all about. Don't throw it in the landfill. Find something to do with it. Productive, creative. Don't throw it in the landfill. We just don't need any more. Then it is 5 foot, right? Okay. Well, then there should be 4 posts for that, right? See? It's okay if that one's a different height. Well, good. It should be fun to paint. All the fun stuff. All right, so in the burst, we also have the points, the rays from the boom. So when we tape off, we want to be careful that we're taping the right stripe. And we are. There we go. All right, what have we not used? Pink, green, blue, red. Ruby red. One of my favorite reds. Look how cool that's going to be. I'm looking at it on camera and I'm like, shoo, this is, yep, I'll be in the studio all day today. So y'all come on by. If you want to buy things, we will check you out and then I will come right back in the studio because this is obsessive painting for me. Now that's cloud that you have hold of. What other white do you have? Because I'd probably, with that size, that style, rather go cotton or linen. Let's go linen. Do you have any? Yep, there should be some over there. We don't have all the colors, but we usually do. Let's see. Should we go a broader red right here? Should we do the whole section red? I think so. I like it on this back side. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this whole section in ruby. Sam, baby. Wrong color. Okay. 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 All right. There's our start for our ruby red. I love this. Hope you do too. All right. We're going to let the tape dry, the long pieces, the short pieces. We're going to let it dry. I'm going to try not to waste a lot of tape, but I am going to try. I'm going to try to reuse it best I can. Because tape's expensive, y'all. All right. This right here. Oh, yeah. Check this side. Because I've been sort of moving it over to this side little by little. Because, yeah. All right, pink, green, blue, red. What's next? Dark green? What do y'all think about this dark green? You found it? Perfect. I thought we had some. All right, we're going to use Pine Shadow right here. Oh, I love this. This is a great color. There we go. All right, expert teenage comic book artists. How's the color combo? How's it look? Looking pretty good. I need the fan on is what I really need. That's okay. Hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to get it closer. Will it go right here? Is there enough cord to move it? Or put it right there. There we go. Can we get it close enough? It'll dry quickly because these stripes are not huge. And there we go. I'm trying to keep the coats thin. I love the way that turned. That's a cool vintage turquoise color. I don't want to go so bold with the primaries, but that's looking pretty good. I almost feel like this needs to be barn door and not ruby. And that needs to be denim and not farmhouse. So we can shift some of these colors when we get ready to put the next coat on so that we're getting more of the vintage colors and less of the bold primaries because I don't really want bold primaries. That's not the whole thing we were going for here. And with the marigold and the rustic clay and the bluebird, we have a really vintage 50s, 60s finish here. So we don't want to shift that into something different. So let me put these two back. And I almost think I could go vintage coral. Bum, bum. And I know there's a denim right here. So that's majestic pine. That's too dark. One's too dark, one's too bright, one's just right. Denim. Nope, Harbor Night. Oh, but that's a great color. Yeah, we'll go this way. Since you need a bigger brush, babe. No, Ariel. Much bigger brush. All right. Let's shift our ruby red to barn door. We want this to be a little bit more vintage, a little bit richer finish. So we're going to shift to our barn door. And I think this will be just right. Boom stripes. I'm positive somebody has a name for these, but I'm always going to call them boom stripes. What are they called, Sam? Action stripes? I don't know. I'm positive there is. I like the term boom stripes, personally. I think boom stripes is fun. That's a great brush. Yeah. And if you want a big brush, thin, the black one, the black bristled one is fantastic. Okay. That's a purdy. That's the name. I like my Wooster brushes, but Purdy has some good brushes too. They are pretty good. All right, I got a little bit over the edge there. I can clean this up with an alcohol wipe, and I'm going to do it as I'm going so that I don't let it dry in. There we go. Super cool! Yeah, this is the look we were going for. Now let's shift our farmhouse navy into Harbor Night. This is a little bit more muted blue, which is kind of what we're going for here. I do love the farmhouse, don't get me wrong. One of my all-time favorites, but that's more the tone of the entire project, is a little more muted color. Oopsie, what happened? I mean, knocked into everything. All right, stop, stand up, get your chair off the other things, stand up. There you go. Now pick up. Because that chain reaction you were fixing to have would be a train wreck on your head. You okay? Help her, please. Don't stand there and watch it happen. Help her. It might be a good time to move them out of the studio with the other pieces that are drying. I'm just thinking. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's a better blue. Everybody okay? Nobody died. Okay. Might be a good time to move all those posts out. Why don't you take just a minute and do that? And that way they're not, because y'all have painted a lot of blanket ladders this week. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. You can actually lay them across the trunk or stand them up between the trunk right beside the other 6-foot ladder. Tuck them on in. Sometimes we get so much going in the studio that we have to move it out of the studio. This is one of those times. I like the shift in color. I really do. That's going to be what we have here. Okay. Everything's fine. Now the green, you know what? Let's shift to an olive green instead of a bold green. I love this, but I think this is better. So let's dig into this one instead. Yeah, we can do this. It's still drying. I'm going to turn the fan just a little bit so it's drying down across here. Yeah, that's better. It's going to be that day in the studio. It'll be all right. We have some awesome stripes laid out, some amazing colors to work with. This is going to require a tool. Everybody good? Found the place to put them. Don't bring them around the side. Oh, this wants to be tough to open. Oh, this one does not want to open at all. It is resin shut. This is how good our paint sticks. Because if you don't clean those threads off before you close the container, that's where the lid's going to stay. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I can feel it. Yep. That's off. Now let's see if we can get the actual lid off. I love these for display in the mason jars. But it doesn't want to live here anymore. But it's such a great container. And I am horrible about cleaning off threads. And every time I do this, I say, I'm going to get better about doing it. And I do try. I do try. We might not have Olive today. We might not have Olive at all. Lord of mercy. I don't think I have ever, there we go, split the lid on a mason jar like that. And now I'm wearing it. Good times. Got a little bit on my shirt. Let's go ahead and get that off. Because this is my Bass Pro Shop shirt. Okay, did I get the paint off my neck? Okay. Yep. Wearing it. I wear it well. But now I have Olive. And I think this is a much better color. Yeah. So I went to Barn Door instead of Ruby. I went to Harbor Night instead of Farmhouse. And I'm going to Olive instead of Pine Shadow. And it's giving the vibe, the look, the whole thing. Look at that. It's beautiful. And it's got a little bit of that dark outline, so I'm not mad about that because it did a great thing. Now we can finish a pattern. So we've got the pink, the green, the blue, the red, the green. And I think we need to throw a yellow in here somewhere different than the marigold. Is the sunflower going to be too pastel-y? Or do I need to go with a beigey yellow? Like Sahara? Yeah. Okay. So we'll throw a Sahara in here with this. And I think it'll work fine. I think the pink is okay. Let's take a look, though. I'm going to set this one down. And we're never going to do that again. Let's hit. I still have From Days Gone By and Paint Colors Retired. I still have Vintage Coral because I save my paint and I take care of it. I might not wipe the threads off, but I have paint because we keep it shaken up. We use it. And we love it. I hoard paint. The girls can tell you that that is true. You're fine. I'm not going to step on you. Good times in studio. We've got a studio session planned for Friday. We've got another one planned for next I want to say Monday. Are you coming to visit the studio? It is the place to be. We are even looking at some extended summer hours in the evening times for shopping and studio time. You may want to come by. Yeah, that's the color. That's the one right there. Oh, I love it. Cool. We have our color combination chosen. We just need to lay it all out. I think I need one more stripe here. I'm not going to define it at this moment, but we are going to proceed with no caution, and we're going to continue to stripe the entire top just like the boom stripes would be in the pictures that we love. So let me pull this table back a little bit. That's going to look fantastic. I know. It's a lot of color. I know. It is very different. And here's what else I know. I don't necessarily love furniture that everybody else does. I've never been the paint it white and distress it girl. Never. And the more color it has, the happier it makes me. We have 54 colors of Rethunk Junk paint by Laura, and I enjoy using every single one of them. So, if you're in the neighborhood, stop by today. Come ask if you can see the pop art series. You can come in the studio. I'm going to go wash the paint off my neck because it's olive green and I'm not the Hulk. But if I was a comic book character, I might want to be the Hulk today. So, it's not bad, but I don't want the paint. Y'all just have to envision me as a giant green man with short black hair and cut off pants. I don't want to rip my shirt open though because I like this one. Listen, it's Thursday. We won't be here tomorrow. We're going to try to wrap up this series with pictures on our Facebook. Y'all shaking the table really hard, which is shaking the camera really hard. We're sharing space. But we're going to try to finish up this table, desk, dressing table today. We still have one more piece we haven't gotten to. We could probably swing that on Monday. What do you think? I don't think it's a problem to carry this over into Monday. This was a lot of work. We have the jewelry chest, we have the serving trays, we have a new desk, and we're going to get some super cool legs to put on it. And we're going to do the mirror because we need that mirror. And I have an idea for that too. What else can we do in boom stripes and pop art? I don't know, but I think this is sufficient. We have a really cool start to some really cool products. Come by Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. Stop into the studio while you're here. We are open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The girls are working again today. In case you weren't sure, in case I didn't tell you, they're working for a living, but they're working to pay their way through car repairs and mission trips. And they do work for tips. So come on by, see if you can find something, work them, have them put their best customer service hats on, and drop a little tip in their jars, in their pockets, so that they can help fund their mission trips to serve God. I think it's a wonderful way for them to learn business and still stand on their godly principles right here at Two Girls Treasure. Y'all have a beautiful day, a fabulous weekend, and we will see you right back here in the studio Monday morning, 9 a.m. ish. I look forward to seeing you then. Like and subscribe, share if you would, and hop on over to our Facebook page so you can see the finished results as we go. Bye, y'all. Girls, say bye.